welcome to another tutorial. This is from H Music. Um, Sorry say I've been upload in a long time. The reason for this is that I've been a focus more upon elevating the thing, you see me, in terms of perfecting the craft of the whole process, beat making in general. So therefore, I must start drop tutorial. I can drop some solid tutorial, you see me, not a little idiot tutorial. Something one can actually learn from. Before me even start with that tutorial, yeah, this is basically a breakdown of a rhythm that I made. Gummy bear rhythm. You're gonna see it in the beginning, but yeah, basically the gummy bear rhythm, and it did take a while for me kind of find my own niche a dancehall sound, and I finally find it is I blend all the things that I like about music and dancehall in general, and just put them in a one. Um, Throughout the whole entire year, we will go through different sound, we don't know, different dancehall tutorial. We don't know now for the chapel said we to call chapel are still dancehall, you see me? Just a different style of dancehall. Um, a whole heap of things you know, to look forward for this year. This year, me go show you like a lot of gems when it comes down to making beats in general, how to mix and master beats, how to be different, you see me? But may I just start out with a tutorial here. The next tutorial me I'll go do next tutorial me I go do is basically a tutorial for I think at the jump tutorial me I go do over back. Tutorial everybody did like so much. Me I go do back a different tutorial on that is me this time I'll go more in depth. So they can know how to make dancehall drum pattern, bass lines, you know, hi-hat pattern, all them thing there. But as in here, this is already a party type of instrumental, isn't it? And at that more something more party up tempo. The key for this are A minor, the tempo are 103 BPM. Most of them beat here make tempo are between 103 to about 109, 110. You see me? So yeah, let's get into it. But before we even go no further, yo, just like, subscribe, and share because I guess so on. We need to grow the thing and elevate the thing to a level where we can start do some collab with all our no said ways, see me. But enough chattings, we could get tonight. So the first thing we'll go over right now is the main melody, which is this nylon shimmer. So this nylon shimmer is actually a stock plugin. Just go over to your inspector window, type in nylon, and then you go to nylon shimmer, and then basically that's it. You see me? And then after you get the nylon shimmer, then you can start create your own melody pattern from it. Take my foolish advice. You see me? Cause when me I learn how to make rhythm, I learn how to do this by my own. You see me? Nobody never teach me how to do this, and it take me a long time for you to learn. Take my foolish advice. Use the pattern with me I use right now. Use the exact same settings to my everything with me I use right now for make everything. But do not make this be the foundation for all the redeem them. You see me? Because you're gonna get stuck in a loop or you'll get tired to hear the same sound them over and over. But only say use it as a guideline so you can get familiarized with the overall um workflow process. You see me? But don't take it for say yo, this is how me I gonna make reading because this is how me become different, you know. My work, my take people things, remake it, and then get the concept of how it actually work, what happened during the process of everything is, me, and then we just move forward. So this is the melody for that rhythm here. So that's the main melody. Alright, so I'll go back over that again. How the melody here was created, basically we just get a chord progression, you see me? If you notice the A, the C, and the E, this is basically a triad. So I'm gonna do is just get the triad and just create the melody from the triad. Um, if you notice, ultimately I cut up the melody, cut up the triad and just get a melody. Now, this is just one way how to make a melody, you see me? Just cut up, just form a triad and cut it up. If you notice, are the same exact um chord progression runs throughout the whole entire beat except the end. I just use the B for just for any it is if you get a different tone at the end. And then all I'm gonna do is just pitch it one octave up, and basically it's just the exact same melody, just one octave up. So in the intro, I have both the lower version and the higher pitch version for the melody, and then in the chorus, I have um the lower the lower version, and then in the verse, I have the high version. Good. So simple way to make melodies, which me I gonna do some tutorial on that too. For cut up, just cut them up. But me, I'm gonna know all this sound before me to get before it mix. So what is on the mix? So let's take off everything. This is how it sound by itself. All right, so enough idea how it sound by itself. Now, first thing what that was added was a compressor. Now the compressor it came with the nylon shimmer in terms of when you select nylon shimmer, it will automatically generate the compressor. Same thing with the chorus, it automatically generate the chorus. Same thing with the delay, it automatically generate the delay. Um, However, what I did was tweak the delay. But let's start off with just the compressor or it's not the compressor. So the compressor basically make it louder, give it more dynamics in a sense. If you notice, the makeup gain is up by 3 decibel, um, and I think it's losing about one. Good, and we're only losing like 1 decibel for it. So it basically make it a bit tighter and increase the dynamics of it, which also means increasing the loudness. Then afterwards, a chorus was added. So the chorus is what gave it that tone. You know, the chorus keep that tone there, make it sound better. And then the stereo delay. So the stereo delay, this wasn't the setting. I tweaked the settings more the left and right delay to get a different bounce from it. And this is what the bounce is. So now, whenever you're making like melodies, like so let's say guitar, even piano melodies, in my honest opinion, it's always good to have a delay on it because the delay give it a bounce. But depending on the vibe that you're going for, the delay is going to make a difference because if you're going for a party vibe, then this delay definitely work. But this delay wouldn't work well with like more of an emotional beat, unless that's a vibe you're going for with the emotional piano. You see me? But play around with the delay settings to get the vibe from it because it's gonna make a big difference for me. Believe me, it's going to make a big difference. After that, I added an EQ. The EQ is basically to shape the tone of the overall sound now. Boost the high end, that's what I did. Reduce some of the low, mid low basically. Boost some more of the low and cut out some of the high. Now, this was intentionally done. Now, the high basically reinforce the main part of the sound that I want, which is between 2K to 6K. I wanted that nice shimmery sound from it, isn't it? So I added the eye there. I removed some of some of the mid eye. I removed some of the eye. The reason for this is because I wanted the beat to sit, um, the melody to sit better in the beat because I added this eye cut close to when the beat was finished because I realized that the iron was too much. So I added it before the beat was finished, and remove some of around between 200 to get rid of that the box in his sound in a sense. But yeah, and this is how it sound with it. And if you notice, yo, it sound cleaner, it sound way better, and most importantly, reverb. Chroma Verb is my favorite reverb of all the reverb in Logic Pro. The reason why is that is because of these different options here. Play around with these different options because these options will make the difference in your tone or the beat in general. For me, most of the times, depending on what I'm mixing with a vocal, piano, or whatsoever maybe, I mostly use like the digital sound. I don't know why. Like it have a better tone for me. You see me? Blue Me have a good tone, but Blue Me I use it more background vocals to kind of give it that bloom. If you know when something bloom up, something similar to that. Um, but yeah, this is how it sound with the reverb. That's it. Um, that's how it sound with the reverb. So now let's go into the background vocals. Honestly, when I feel like man go through this with you know, like in terms of how I created this background vocal, just know that I use Arcade. The reason why is that if you notice on the channel strip here, I have a lot of plugins here. I'm going to do a tutorial one of these days where I show you guys how to mix these background vocals. Honestly, you don't need all these stuff. Um, you don't need all this stuff. But I'm going to show you guys how to use Arcade and get those background vocals to sit well in the mix. Um, this is more of a creative technique for me because I was going for something very specific. So I needed to add all these additional plugins to get that type of vibe. So yeah, so this is how it sounds with the melody. Let's with the background vocal. Let's get rid of the bottom one. Here we go. As a matter of fact, let's play it by itself first. And together, all three of them sound like this. And that's it. And the best part of this melody is that, yo, it different. It different. Nobody can tell me that it's not different. Like the overall melody and the vibe, it's different. And that is what you guys want to aim for. Like the reason why modern trap dancehall stay the way how it stay right now in terms of um we consider it really not going away is because the sound are basically the exact same thing. You see me? Dancehall bigger than that. People used to look to dancehall for inspiration. Now we are look to other people for inspiration. You see me? So I work for things change, but we're gonna fix business. We're gonna fix things. Um, next the jumps. Let's get into the jumps. Okay, so this is a jump pattern. Now, if you notice, that jump pattern resemble the jump pattern for down. Down, baby, go down. You know, the Valley and the Skeng them. Um, Niger Boy, all them artists were upon it. So yeah, the jump pattern here basically come from the sound there, you see me? But this is an original dancehall drum pattern, so you see me? But I love a DJ them a do with the overall energy of dancehall right now. Them a bring back the party vibe there, you see me? And why not? Why not use the jump pattern? The jump pattern them a work because in reality there are so many jump patterns that we can create. So we need to remember this. We can't get up and create a own a jump pattern them and just say a dance all this just so you see me. The jump pattern them already dead. That's why you can differentiate a trap jump pattern from a dancer jump pattern because the jump pattern them consistent. So don't feel like say yo show a man use a jump pattern, you can't use it too. Use the jump pattern them. You see me? Use the jump pattern them. That's why them did it. That's how we use to differentiate the sound, the jump pattern them. So I have the kick, 808. I have a stick. These are the sticks. Um, Play the 808 by itself. Um, Clap. So the clap basically work with the clap is aligned to one of the stick. But the thing is the tone of this clap isn't just like the regular clap. The tone of this clap is what more of a stick clap too in a sense. Yeah, so it's not the regular clap that you would hear in like EDM type of beats and them type of beat there. It's more of a stick clap and it's a bit more dirty, but it blends well with the stick. As a city god would have said, sound and sound good together. You see me? Um, Next we have the ayat. In all honesty, I was lazy when making this ayat. Like my eat for make ayat. I can make ayat pattern like some crazy ayat pattern, but my lazy for make ayat because to me, ayat take all heap of work. You see me? But me I go into some tutorial and how to make some crazy ayat pattern. So this is the ayat with it. And this is the thing that I want to tell you about ayat. Ayat must can bounce by themselves. Ayat has to can work by itself. You see me? You're supposed to can just left the ayat alone and run with the main melody and you're good. So when you're making ayat patterns, ensure that the ayats have groove, bounce, or whatever type of vibe you go for, but them half can work by themselves. I'm gonna show you how to get the perfect ayat them. In some tutorial, may I make it from scratch. So yeah, so that's the overall jump pattern right there. So never good on the kick, so side kick. So that's it. Right, so now we're going at the mixing of the kick and the drums and all of them thing there. For the kick, um, this is the type of kick that I'm using. I got this from a pack from YouTube. Like up on YouTube and just download all heap of free packs. I think this is I think it's I don't remember. What's his name again? I don't remember his name. When I remember it, I'll find it. Well, yeah, this kick was I got this from YouTube. Now, first thing to notice about the kick, it's in mono. That's one. Um, the A it's in ADSR, not AR, not AD, not ADSR, not AHDSR, ADSR, and then we just tighten everything together. What this does is just like in FL, where the kick, the length of the kick clear, basically I hit that. So whichever, however long the MIDI be, that's how long the kick would run for. Um, Do not use one shot, use classic. Use classic. Do not use one shot. Use classic and put and turn on follow tempo. Ensure that the kick is following the tempo. Once you do this, your kick them are gonna sound tight, clean, and you don't need to do much work to it. The whole thing was that's on this kick is basically an EQ, and we just reduced up to 22 hertz. I mean, I can reduce up to 30. I don't remember why I only selected 22. Probably it's because the 22 sounded great, but it still sound good. So I'm not gonna change it. Now let's go to the 808 last. So the stick, same thing with the stick. Just get a regular stick. Um, I EQ'd it. I think this EQ is a bit too drastic. Well, not for this beat, but for some other beat that I've made with the same sound. So I had to pull off the EQ some bits, somewhat. So every sound is not mixed the same way on every beat. Always remember that. Don't just fling on the same exact settings on a sound because it worked on the last sound. No, every beat different because sometimes the melody them a clash with a particular frequency. Sometimes you can open it up some more because not that they really a clash with it. So um, don't worry about just try to focus more upon the tone where you get and not just fling anything upon it because it worked on the last beat. Spend time for mix the things them. Um, and the same thing to the stick. Classic, classic. The polyphonic can stay at 8 because you know that's more of a stereo sound. And it's still the same ADSR and follow tempo. Can't go wrong. The clap, it's the exact same thing. Um, but me dey take out like a whole heap of the clap because me never really like how the clap sound by itself. Some EQ like a lot of the out the eyes and the low. Next thing, look on the curve of the EQ here. The curve here look like shit. But do not mix with your eyes. I mix with my eyes closed. Like every single time when I just start make rhythm, I will start to mix with my eyes closed. By a YouTuber basically. But this YouTuber was like one of them big old man there. Yeah man. So that basically say yo, um, when mixing, mix with your eyes closed because of the sound you don't want to see the sound, you know have nothing to see. Just listen for where you get. So while me I mix, my eyes closed and me I move the points them until it sound or more want it to sound. If you mix bass pan or a curve look, you'll get fuck. Sorry for the word, but if you mix with an eye shut, with an eyes them, no, I get what they don't get. Mix with an eyes closed, and listen for the sound on no. You see me? So once you hear that sound, they once it sit well on the gun. The ayats, this is a compressor, but this was a side chain. This is a side chain though. Honestly, it never needed. I don't. This did for come off, but it never did come off. I think maybe have this as a preset. But when me that mix it, it already sound good, so I never bother trouble nothing upon it. Um, Most importantly, the ayats. If you don't notice, me get rid of some of the iron off of the ayats. The ayats can be a bit too much in terms of iron. You see me? Sometimes you want to reduce all of the little iron sound there. So sometimes you can just take off like up to about 16k off ayat 13 or sometimes even close to 10k. It just depends on how it's sound. Remember, everything mixed differently. You have sometime a mix, we take off even up to 8k off our ayat. Forget the ayat for sound thinner and for have a different sound. So don't feel like say yo, if you watch a tutorial tomorrow and the man say yo, take off up to 10k off of the ayat or take off up to 15k. Every ayat you not gonna take it off. No, we no mix based on the sound. I'm not gonna say that again. Mix based on how it sound. Don't mix based on numbers. If you mix on numbers, you're not gonna get what you don't get. And finally, the 808, the bass. Alright, so let's play with the kick. So what did I do to this 808? First, let's talk about the type of 808 that I'm using. So the 808 that I'm using right now is um, it's not what's its name? It's not a Spins 808. It's just a regular 808, but it just sound good. I get it from a pack and it work and it sound good. But look on this now. Classic, follow tempo, mono, ADSR, done. Come I say? Done. Come again. First thing I add was a compressor. Why I add a compressor to a 808? Basically for control the dynamics. Me know when the 808 go up, like I put it like probably a few semitones up, the note a few semitones up, you see it sound like it a jump out of the speaker. No, me need for control it so no matter how many up or down I put it, everything sound like it upon one level. Everything have to sound like it upon one level at all time. Next, add a side chain. Now look at this side chain. So you see what you're seeing right there is basically the kick, the 808 ducking. So each time you see that, you see the signal dip on this side chain plug in here. That's basically the kick dipping the 808 and it's showing me how much the 808 is being dipped by. Now, when I can pause the video right here, so look on the settings that I use right here. So punch, ratio, attack, release, and then save it. For now, I use that plugin here, save it. I'm going to teach you now how to do it with a stock plugin from Logic. But um, copy that settings here. These are the only settings I can't tell you say for copy because you see this we use on every single beat. Just go in and go up here, so go click on side chain and ultimate play with at the threshold. Ensure some side chain it to the kick and it done. That's it. No, next is distortion. So it's on without it. So I added distortion to change the tone of it. Now, Logic stock distortion, distortion 2 is a good distortion to use. Depends on the type of sound that you want from the distortion from the 808 to give you use one of these settings. I wanted it to be a bit bitty. I wanted the tone to be bright. I did not want the 808 to have a dark tone. I wanted it to have a bright tone, so I ensured that I turned the tone up to the maximum brightness that the distortion will provide me with. Um, and play around with the drive and the pre-gain, and basically that's it. So list with it and without it again. Next, um, vintage EQ. This is also a stock plugin. Go into EQ and just look for the vintage graphic EQ. The only thing that I boost in this is the one between 157 to 157 to basically 314K. Why am I boost the frequency here? Because you say anywhere between 150 to 300 is where the sweet spot is in an 808. It will come in like a vocal. To make a vocal shine, you would naturally boost between 3K, it boosts around 3K to 6K, sometimes even 8K to get a little more shimmer. You see me? This is the shining frequency for an 808. Listen to it. Without it, perfect, right? Like you can hear the 808 come over now. You see me? The kick still a duck it in the car. You hear the kick, but yeah, hear the 808 and it does sound like it take over the mix. You see me? The 808 just start shine. So when you hear enough of them song there and the 808 them sound sweet. You see, by just increasing this frequency here, you're done. And then change the style to punch because you don't know you want the 808 for your punch. Finally, sub bass. Sub bass. Most of them use a plugin, yeah. Though, I can't tell some no use this shit. Without it, no. This is it's very subtle. It's not a big change. If you notice, the wet is just 1.8%, but it makes a difference. If you have on a headphone, you'll hear it where the frequencies they kind of spread a bit more because when it comes down to 808, you kind of want the frequencies to kind of spread out a bit. The changes in it is very subtle, but I can hear it, and that's good enough for me. Um, so basically, yeah, that are the beat. So the 808, the melodies, the riser, just add a riser. The riser here is a stock riser. In the Apple loops, I got this from my drum kit, the donor, and then my tag. So let's play the full beat.
Yo, edgy, damn mad.
Yo, remember for like, share, subscribe, and just follow Izimika. You're gonna. I hope I work here for putting in. I know say all I know want on big top producer, so just do the right, you see me. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.